It's really easy to lose yourself in the process of life. Hustle culture and the grind and just being able to put food and shelter so you don't end up on the streets. It takes a lot of work. And I think in that process, we can lose that childlike energy, that childlike ambition, that childlike joy, and curiosity to discover the things we connect with and figure out what we want to put in the world. I think this is especially true for people who gravitate towards a more creative personality and creative endeavors, where the world we live in isn't really built to reward creativity unless it does exceptionally well. And so for the majority of us, it's very difficult to keep up the creativity in our life. It's very difficult to create the authenticity in our life. But I think there just comes a point in your life where, and I know this happened to me, where that cognitive dissonance between some of the creative energy you want to put out in the world and the lack of doing nothing creative for months or years, it just starts to clash and you're like, I gotta create something. You just gotta create something. And I think it's a very emotional, intense process kind of coming back to your creativity, to coming back to your life, coming back to yourself. And so I've kind of gone through this process over the last year and a half where I was that kid when I was 9 or 10, making YouTube videos, putting compilations together, writing scripts and making my cousins act in it and filming skits. I found myself over the years kind of losing that energy for videography, video making. And so at a certain point, I just realized I hadn't done it in so long. And I suddenly got the urge to do it again. Yeah, it just felt very liberating, very incredible to create again. I felt like a kid again, felt like a teenager in terms of raw emotion. I felt an energy of my young 20s of like ambition coming back, like let's see what we can do with this. Connection, when we're young, it's easy to find connection in a lot of ways. You just show up to school and you make friends. And, when you put stuff on YouTube or put content out, you create connection. And suddenly I just found myself kind of coming back to myself in this very beautiful way. Just kind of feeling like, yeah, this feels more like myself again, and every time you create, it's like you take all these feelings, these thoughts, these images, these strong hot takes, anything you want to put, you put it together and you create something and you put it out in the world, and it's like, it's cathartic. And then that's even before you click upload. But I think it can be an almost emotional process because you realize how easy it is to lose yourself in the modern world and how hard it is to kind of maintain that sense of creativity, because it's not just making one video once, it's having the creativity as a practice. And, recently I started ordering books on creativity to actually study it like a skill, like not just thinking of it as this ephemeral abstract concept, but really thinking of it as like a tangible skill to build. I would just say that if you feel like you've lost your creativity, it's never fully gone, but actually doing the practice of creativity, the act of creativity, will kind of bring you back to your own life. And I think it will be both a beautiful process, but also emotional, because you'll feel a bit of grief for the time that was lost, that you had kind of lost that creativity, but a sense of relief and passion and energy and feeling of thank God because you found it again. You didn't go your whole life just completely forgetting that sense of creativity. So this is just a short message for anyone feeling like they lost themselves along the way, and specifically losing the creativity and are kind of finding their way back to it. I hope this video resonated with you. If you want to watch another video that might inspire you, there's this video here about how normal people are blowing up on YouTube. I think it's a natural extension of this inspiration and starts to get a little bit more practical about how there's a world where you can put your creativity out there and genuinely get rewarded. So I'll see you in that video.